everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everything's going your way today. Today, I'm coming to you with not one, not two, but 3 eye looks. Yes. Today, I'm coming to you with 3 eye looks using the Impulsive palette by Male Cosmetics. Yes, the Male Cosmetics Impulsive palette. So, if you want to see how the palette performs and get my take on this here palette, then just keep on watching. Okay, everybody, let's get started. Man, okay, guys, your girl's coming right back at you with another 3 looks, 1 palette video. And while they are quite time-consuming, they are some of my favorite videos to do for you guys. Especially when it's with a palette that has a quite interesting layout and unique color story. Thus here I sit, guys, holding in my possession the Male Cosmetics Impulsive palette. First, let's talk about the packaging. The packaging is really cute. It has Impulsive Male Cosmetics on the front of the palette with a bunch of pretty color shadows. And although the package is clearly made of cardboard, this is a very sturdy, very heavy palette. On the back of the palette, you'll have the name of the palette, which is the Impulsive Pressed Pigment Palette, Male Cosmetics website, an indication letting you know it's distributed by Male Cosmetics in Chatsworth, California. And the palette actually comes inside a pretty unit carton that has a bunch of Ussies with pretty girls in the photos, which I assume include the owners and creatives of Male Cosmetics in the photos. And on the back of the unit carton is where you'll find the ingredients. Indication letting you know the palette has a 12-month shelf life and that the palette is also recyclable. And it also gives you instruction on where to apply the shadow and a warning of what shades in the palette are not approved by the FDA for use in the immediate eye area. And the palette has a net weight of 20.24 grams / 0.714 ounces. And unlike Melt's other palettes, the 27, the Gemini, and the Smoke Sessions, the Impulsive palette doesn't have a mirror. But I don't much mind it because this is not the only palette I own that doesn't have a mirror. And when you open up the palette, here are the colors. Would you look at them? Would you look at them? Would you look at them? And in looking at the color story of the palette, you have a nice array of warm tones and cool tones. And in looking at the palette, guys, I must admit that I'm truly impressed and quite enjoy the color story. Because upon looking at the shades, you can definitely tell that Male Cosmetics pulled from some of the stacks and other palettes that are currently in the collection. You got a little Gemini, a little 27, a little She's in Parties, even some dark metal, 1 or 2 gun metals, and they even threw a little blueprint in the mix, making the color story nothing short of genius. Cause if by chance you don't own any Male Cosmetic shadows in your collection and were curious, this is a great start because it pulls so much inspiration from shadows that she already has in her collection. But unlike Male Cosmetics' other palettes, you have more shimmers in the palette than mattes. The palette has 7 mattes, and the rest are all shimmers. And I'm actually wearing this palette on my eyes today. I use 2012 as my transition shade. I use Rule Breaker underneath my transition shade and smoking out my lower lash line. I use Dream Big in the inner crease, my outer V, and under my lower lash line. I use No Regrets on the first third of my lid, and I use Warehouse on the second third of my lid. And I use Makeup Junkie as my inner corner highlight. And after using every single shadow in the palette, I'm happy to report that unlike some of the other palettes, this palette is definitely on par with Male Cosmetic stacks. The mattes are not only pigmented, but they're also buildable. They practically blend themselves and have zero patchiness or skipping. And although you do get fallout when using the mattes in the palette, it's not the unforgivable fallout, and it easily sweeps away with a powder brush. But about these shimmers, though. The shimmers are bae. Like every single one of the male cosmetic stacks in her collection, yeah. The shimmers are bae. The shimmers are so pigmented that I didn't have to cut my crease not once. They blend together so seamlessly that you don't get any harsh lines when you apply multiple shimmers to your lid. And although the shimmers do contain ultrafine glitters that add to the dimension of the dual chrome shift, I didn't even have to use a glitter glue. The shimmers work quite well on the dry brush, but hit it with a little satin spray, and the shimmers go from great to greatest. If there were any areas of opportunity I would say this palette has, one would definitely be the construction of the palette. Because while the palette is indeed quite sturdy, the flap in the middle separating the two sides are not, which makes it impossible to hold the palette while you're creating your eye look, which means you'll need to lay it on the table and pray for dear life that you don't accidentally knock it over. Which makes me so leery when using the palette that I almost did the review for you guys using a screenshot. And if you do decide to get the palette, it would definitely be in your benefit to save each piece of cellophane that separates one side of the palette from the other. Because by all the left side of the palette being all shimmers, if you close up the palette without using the cellophane, when you open it up to use it again, you have a very nice surprise of cross-contamination. But again, guys, that's easily avoidable by simply replacing the cellophane when you're finished using the palette. And even if you don't, that's still not enough to throw the baby out with the bathwater, because this is such a quality palette. There's not much more to say about the palette, okay? Because what's understood don't need to be explained. I believe the palette runs for $58. You can actually get it on Male Cosmetics website and also at Sephora, online, and in store. And if you do decide to buy the palette, guys, I truly believe you will not be disappointed. So now that we got that part done, enough all the yapping. First, we're going to get into the swatches, and then we're going to get into the eye look. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. It only gets greater later, guys. It only gets greater later. So until next time, guys, stay real, stay positive, stay up, and damn it, you better watch, fight, and pray. Let's get into these swatches, though. Got 2012, Rule Breaker, Go Getter, Dream Big, CEO, Boss Lady, Game Changer, Profesh, Bold, Makeup Junkie, Warehouse Party, Poppin' Bottles, Shots, Tipsy, Cross Faded, No Regrets, Morning After, Drunk Text.
About it right now, everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. If you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself.